This is what good banana tempura should sound like. Most of the time at restaurants, it's a spongy, soggy mess. But today we'll make banana tempura that is light, delicate, and crispy. With just a few simple tweaks, we'll go from this to this. So let's get to it. Alright, the first component of a great tempura banana is the chocolate sauce. 99.9% of restaurants just use store-bought processed chocolate syrup out of a bottle. But today we'll make something amazing at home with just 3 ingredients in less than 5 minutes. So for the chocolate ganache, take 3.5 ounces or 100 grams of semi-sweet chocolate and place it in a bowl. Then heat 1/2 cup or 120 milliliters of heavy cream and 3 tablespoons or 60 grams of light corn syrup in a small saucepan over medium-high heat. As soon as you notice a skin form and the mixture is just under a boil, remove it from the heat and pour it over the bowl of chocolate. Allow it to sit for 1 to 2 minutes and then stir the chocolate until it's melted and incorporated into the cream. After it cools down, you can keep the sauce in a covered container in the fridge for up to a week, but before serving, you'll just want to zap it in the microwave in 10 to 20 second increments to warm it back up. And that's it. That's how easy it is to make a restaurant quality chocolate sauce. For the bananas, you'll want to get ones on the firmer side. Because this is a fried dessert, the heat is going to soften the fruit somewhat. Now, at the green stage, they're totally bland, and if they're too ripe, they'll just turn to mush. So using bananas that are just barely ripe and a little more firm will help them keep their shape while frying. To prep, you'll just want to cut them in half diagonally and then slice down the middle lengthwise, which should give you segments that look like this. To set up your frying station, line a cookie sheet with a double layer of paper towels. Then in a large pot, heat about 2 inches of a neutral oil to 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 165 degrees Celsius. I'm using vegetable oil, but canola is also good. And you'll want to make sure your temperature is accurate because if the oil is too hot, it's going to make the bananas super mushy. And if it's too cold, the batter is going to take on a lot of oil and it will end up really soggy. I recommend using a candy or deep fry thermometer. Here I've got an infrared thermometer, which also works well. Now, the most important aspect of any tempura dish is the batter. Traditionally, it consists of just egg, flour, and water. It's made just seconds before it's used, and it's only good for a few minutes before it becomes too hydrated to make a good crust. But today I'm going to show you how to make a batter that is not only better, but lasts for much longer. So start by taking a medium bowl and filling the bottom with ice. Keeping the batter as cold as possible will prevent it from absorbing too much oil while frying and becoming soggy. For the dry ingredients, in a small bowl add 1/2 cup or 65 grams of all-purpose flour. If you've got cake flour, that's even better. Then mix in 1/2 cup or 65 grams of cornstarch and 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of kosher salt and stir until everything is well combined. In another bowl, combine 1 egg, 1 teaspoon or 4.5 grams of vanilla extract, and 1/4 cup or 60 milliliters of vodka until they are completely homogeneous. Using vodka will inhibit the formation of gluten and decrease the amount of water the flour can absorb, both of which will help us get a crispier, lighter crust. After the egg and vodka are totally combined, mix in 1/2 cup or 120 milliliters of ice-cold carbonated water and stir until everything is mixed together. Now, pour the egg mixture over the flour and with chopsticks or a fork, lightly combine them. Be careful because overmixing a tempura batter can lead to the formation of gluten strands, which will make the final product soft and spongy. We want a very delicate, brittle crust that is light and crispy. The batter should be lumpy, maybe even with some dry spots. As soon as you see everything come together, resist the urge to keep mixing and leave it alone. Then store the batter on top of the bowl of ice to keep it cold. Before you fry the bananas, have all the components ready because you'll want to serve this dish immediately. So have your ice cream out, have your chocolate sauce heated, have your oil up to temp. Then when you're ready to fry, dust the banana slices in powdered sugar and place them in the tempura batter. Lift them out, allowing the excess to drop off and slowly place them in the oil. Now, take the bowl of batter and using your hand, being careful not to hold the bowl over the oil because it will drip water into it and cause a minor explosion, drizzle some of the tempura batter onto all of the banana slices. If they're below the surface of the oil, don't worry because the batter will sink down onto them before it sets. And this is going to give us that big, craggly, crispy crust and will provide some nice crunchy texture to contrast the soft creaminess of the bananas. Flip the pieces over several times while they're cooking and make sure the batter you drizzled on is completely set. After they're done frying, and the entire process only takes 1.5 to 2 minutes total, Remove the banana slices from the oil, making sure to hold them up and allowing the excess oil to drip off, and place them on the cookie sheet lined with the paper towels. When all the slices are out and still hot, dust them with powdered sugar again. To finish, place the banana tempura pieces on a plate and drizzle with some of the warm chocolate ganache. Dust the plate with a bit more powdered sugar, and lastly, serve with a scoop of ice cream or whatever other garnishes you like. Here I'm using a candied orange slice. And this is how, with just a little attention to detail, you can make banana tempura at home infinitely better than you can get at any restaurant. If you found this video useful, this playlist has some other recipes you might also enjoy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.